Everywhere you go, you just can't help but see him. It makes your blood boil, though. It's strange how he claims to hate you, and yet he's always there. By your locker, outside your dorm. Now he's grabbed the back on your uniform while you walk down the halls. "Where do you think you're going?" he says, looming over you, his bright eyes staring daggers into you. "Think you're just gonna walk away from me like that? Gotta be smarter than that, dumbass." He scoffs, rolling his eyes at your comment. "Please, like a dumbass like you could ever outscore me," he says, towering over you with his arms crossed over his chest. He leaned down towards you slowly, his eyes narrowing as he looks at you intensely. "Don't get cocky. Just 'cause you got one good score doesn't mean you're better than me." He raises an eyebrow, a smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth at your defiance. "Oh, really?" He glances at your score quickly, his smirk disappearing as he sees that you're right. He takes the test from you and looks at it closely, examining the perfect score. "That doesn't mean anything," he says, trying to downplay it. He grabs your wrist, stopping you from walking any further. "Hey, who said you could leave?" He grins, a mischievous glint in his eyes. "Class can wait. We're not done here yet," he says, still holding your wrist as he walks over to an empty classroom and pulls you inside. He closes the door behind him, locking it so no one can disturb you. He turns to you, leaning against the door with a smirk on his face. "You're not going anywhere, smartass. We have some unfinished business." He took a couple of long strides towards you until he was standing in front of you. "Yeah, unfinished business. You think I'd just let you walk around acting all cocky and smart after getting one little good score?" he said, poking your forehead. He chuckles at your reaction, amused by your defiance. "Don't get too comfortable, you little smartass. The more you think you're better than me, the more I'm gonna enjoy putting you in your place," he says, towering over you with an arrogant smirk on his face. He takes a step forward, closing the distance between you as he corners you against the wall. "You really want to find out?" he asks, a wicked smirk on his face as he presses his body against you, preventing you from moving anywhere. He freezes, caught off guard by your unexpected response. He had been expecting you to push back, not to plead with him. "What?" he says, his smirk fading as he stares at you in confusion. He falters, his tough exterior crumbling as he hears your plea. I'm not gonna hit you," he says, his tone softening a bit as he continues to pin you against the wall. He's so close to you. You can feel the heat radiating off his body. He shakes his head slightly, his grip on your wrist loosening, but he doesn't remove his hand. "No, I'm not," he says, his voice surprisingly soft. He stares at you for a moment, his eyes studying your face as if he's seeing you in a new light. His concern grows as he continues to look at you. He can't help but wonder if someone had laid their hands on you before. The thought that someone would hurt you like that makes him angry. "Hey, has anyone ever hit you before?" he asks, his voice unusually gentle. His expression darkens, his grip on your wrist tightening slightly. Who hurt you?" he asks, his voice low and dangerous. The thought of someone hurting you made him furious. He can sense your hesitation, and he gently squeezes your wrist to reassure you. "Just tell me. I want to know who did this to you," he says, his voice firm but caring. He softens his expression, looking at you with sympathy. "It's okay, you don't have to be afraid. I'm not going to let anyone hurt you." He takes a step closer, closing the distance between you even more. His body is inches away from yours, and he can feel the warmth radiating off your body. His brows furrow as he tries to process your words. Your ex? He asks, a mix of surprise and confusion in his voice. He had thought it might have been a bully or a stranger, but your ex? That was unexpected. He can't help but feel relieved that you're not with the guy anymore. The thought of him putting his hands on you made his blood boil. Good. You deserve better than someone who would treat you like that, he says, his tone a mix of anger and protectiveness. He looks down at you, his expression softening as he takes in your vulnerability. For the first time, he doesn't see you as an adversary, but as someone who needs to be taken care of. You know, you don't have to be afraid of me, he says, his voice gentle as he loosens his grip on your wrist and lets his hand fall by his side. He can't help but chuckle at your words. Normally, he would have been offended, but coming from you, it almost sounded cute. Yeah, I am a bully, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna hurt you, he says, leaning closer to you with a small smirk on his face. He raises his hand, gently tucking a strand of hair behind your ear. His touch is surprisingly gentle, contrasting with his usual intimidating demeanor. He chuckled softly, his usual smirk returning to his face. It's how I show affection, smartass. I tease you because you get all flustered and annoyed, he said, his tone lightly mocking but not malicious. He freezes for a moment, caught off guard by your direct question. He hadn't expected you to be so straightforward. What, crushes are for little kids? I don't have a crush on you, he says, crossing his arms and averting his gaze, trying to hide the slight blush creeping up on his cheeks. He scoffs, trying to regain his composure. No, I'm not blushing. You're seeing things. He's absolutely blushing, his cheeks reddening even more at your teasing. He glares at you, his cheeks still flushed. Stop laughing, he says, trying to maintain his tough exterior but failing miserably. He grumbles, his cheeks growing even redder at your laughter. He's annoyed, but secretly, he finds your teasing and laughter adorable. Shut up already, he mumbles, trying to mask his embarrassment. His eyes widen slightly at your challenge, taken aback by your boldness. Part of him wants to do exactly that, to shut you up in whatever way he can. You're playing a dangerous game, he says, a hint of warning in his tone as he takes a step closer to you, slowly closing the distance between you. He leans in closer, his face inches away from yours. His eyes lock onto yours, a mix of defiance and something else in his gaze. Are you trying to egg me on, smartass? He asks, his voice lower and rougher than before. He reaches out, grabbing onto your waist and pulling you closer to him, your bodies now flush against each other. He looks down at you with a smirk. You know, teasing a bully like me could get you into serious trouble, he says, his voice low and dangerous as his grip on your waist tightens. He notices the hitch in your breath and his smirk widens. He likes the effect he's having on you, the way your body responds to his touch. You're not as tough as you act, huh? He says, his voice teasing as he looks down at you, still holding you close. He raises an eyebrow at your tease, a smirk playing on his lips. He's intrigued, amused by your defiance. Oh, so you're brave now, huh? Go on, tease me. See what happens. He can't resist any longer. Your teasing is driving him mad. He grabs your face with both his hands and pulls you closer, his lips crashing against yours in a hard, possessive kiss. He deepens the kiss, his tongue slipping into your mouth as he presses you against the wall. His hands roam your body, touching and exploring with rough, greedy motions as he kisses you fiercely. He finally breaks the kiss, pulling back slightly to catch his breath. I was right. You're not so tough after all, he says, his voice hoarse with desire as he looks down at you, his eyes dark with lust. He can see the surprise in your eyes, the way your heart is racing. He leans down, his face inches from yours, and whispers in your ear. "Didn't expect that, did you, smartass?" he says, his voice rough and possessive. His hands are still holding onto your waist, keeping you tightly pressed against him. He can't help but chuckle at your reaction. He's enjoying the fact that he's made you speechless. "Yeah, I did." "What, you didn't like it?" he asks, his grip on your waist tightening slightly as he looks down at you with a cocky smirk. He raises an eyebrow at your comment, a hint of challenge in his eyes. He can't let you have the upper hand. "Oh, really? You've had better kisses, huh?" he says, his smirk growing as he leans in closer to you, his face mere inches from yours again. He can sense the lie in your words. The way your breathing is getting more ragged with each moment he gets closer. "Bullshit," he says bluntly, his tone firm as he presses his body against yours, trapping you between him and the wall. "You're lying. No one's ever kissed you like that." He doesn't let you finish your sentence, cutting you off with another hard, passionate kiss. This time, he's more insistent, more possessive as he claims your mouth with his own. His hands roam your body, holding you tightly against him as the kiss deepens. His hands move up your thighs, his touch leaving a trail of fire on your skin. His fingers slip under the edge of your skirt, his touch getting closer and closer to the hem as he pins you against the wall with his body. He bites your bottom lip as he kisses you, his movements becoming more urgent and hungry. He pulls away, panting slightly as he looks down at you. His gaze is intense, taking in every detail of your flushed face and disheveled appearance. He can't help himself from chuckling softly, enjoying the effect he's having on you. "Look at you, all flustered and red. And you say you've had better kisses before," he says, his voice cocky and teasing as he leans in closer again. He notices your body shaking, the way you're physically begging for more. He's intoxicated by it, the need and desire radiating off of you like a beacon. He leans in closer once more, his body pressing against yours as he speaks in a low, possessive tone. "You want more, don't you? Admit it." He chuckles lowly, taking your silence as a yes. He knows he has you in his control, his touch sending shivers down your spine. "Come on, I want to hear you say it. Tell me you want more," he says, his voice a low growl as he presses his body against yours, his hands roaming down your body. He smirks at your defiance, amused by your stubbornness. He's determined to break that resistance. "Oh, really? You're gonna play hard to get, are you? Well, fine." He steps back, abruptly breaking the contact between your bodies. He takes a few steps away from you, as if he's completely disinterested. But he's not. In fact, ignoring you will only make you want him more. He straightens his clothes and fixes his hair, acting as if the whole encounter hadn't affected him at all. "Well, I'm getting back to class now. You should probably go back to whatever you were doing before I interrupted you," he says casually, trying to sound indifferent as he glances at you one last time before turning to walk away. "And forget this little thing even happened," he says, gesturing at the two of you with a wave of his hand. He knows that no matter what he says, it's impossible to forget the moment that just happened between the both of you. He chuckles, shaking his head in mock disbelief. "Yeah, not like my kiss was memorable. Or good," he says, his voice dripping with sarcasm. He knows damn well that his kiss was memorable, but he's just trying to play it off to piss you off. He walks out of the room with a cocky grin, confident and smug as he leaves you standing there, flushed and flustered. He knows he's got you right where he wants you, and he can't wait to see the effect his indifference will have on you. The room feels empty without him. The air almost feels cold now, as you're left alone with your thoughts. You're craving more, wanting more of his presence, his touch, his kiss. But he's gone, and he made sure to leave you unsatisfied and desperate for more.